Cooperating. Hello, take 3. Welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT livestream. Tonight we are going to be playing one of ZZT's biggest and most important games out there. This is Burger Joint by Matt Dabrowski or Mad Guy, depending on where you're looking on the screen. Burger Joint is probably the most well-received ZZT game out there. It plays very unlike anything else that was around at the time, and both in ZZT and outside of it. I really hesitate to throw terms around like best game ever sort of thing, but for a lot of people, this one shows up at the top of their favorite ZZT game lists. This one is a pretty big deal. I've purposely put it off for a very long time because I don't think I could really do it justice. And I probably still can't, but better now than never, because so far the only game by Mad Guy that I've covered has been the game he released after this, called Next Game, because it was his next game. And that one's kind of a mess. But this one is the cream of the crop. I think we're going to have a fun time here tonight as we explore the world of Burger Joint. And here we go. Welcome to Burger Joint. Hey, thanks for playing my game, dude. What you see here is actually an instruction screen cleverly disguised as a restaurant. Try touching some of the objects in this room to learn more about Burger Joint. I recommend that you do so before exiting through the front doors and actually playing the game. Now get out of my face. So here's Johnny. You play as this guy. He's 16 and needs to gain some weight. He's a professional baker and student until the game starts. Favorite food, junky greasy stuff. Favorite saying, neato. Pet peeves, mean people, Shirley Temple. Then we've got Mr. McDougall, age 43. He apparently claims to be 7'1", which does not seem accurate. His favorite food is anything but burgers. His favorite saying is, you're fired. And he dislikes mindless employees and rude customers. And lastly, we've got our good pal Rod, who also works at this Burger Joint. His favorite food is a juicy McDougall burger. And his favorite saying is, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. He dislikes workers who don't work and little kids. So, Burger Joint obviously takes place in this restaurant. And it takes place entirely in this restaurant. Every board in this game will look exactly like this one. It's essentially doing a one-board game, but spread apart across a bunch of boards just because of space limitations. But otherwise, this would absolutely be a single-board game. And, we can explore our restaurant here and learn about our hula hoops, and our ad for Damage Inc., which is actually supposed to be a toy display when we get into the game proper. Some utensils and information on how to register. I wonder if this stuff exists. Mad Guy is actually still active on Twitter. I totally tagged him in the link to the stream. He is still making games as well. I actually did a live stream ages ago for like April 1st of Streets of Rogue, which is a very fun game of his. And also, right after he released this game, he went to summer camp. And so everybody who got stuck and emailed him for help was kind of out of luck for a month. Game warns us about not saving constantly because this game is kind of running on a timer, so it is a bit easy to soft lock yourself if you're running a little too slowly. And the most important advice here is to forget your conscience. Do anything you can, evil as it may seem, to keep the game from ending. I thought this was kind of like an intro to the restaurant, but apparently it's a whole bunch of credits. And in true 1950s fashion, the musicians are not being properly credited here. Heck of a lot of names. And this one here is the important one. Smoking Car Productions, who created the game The Last Express, which I had never heard of prior to this. And from what I hear is a fairly obscure game that's been getting more attention in recent years for how unique of a game it is. And this game definitely has influence from it in the sense that it's a real-time adventure game. Burger Joint is unlike any ZZT game you've ever played before. The entire game takes place on a single board. Events take place in real time, so if you wait around for something to happen, it will. Touching most objects in the restaurant will have some effect. You can talk to some people either touching them, not in any obscene way, or touching the counter across from them. First speech will display on the bottom. When text boxes pop up, that will tell you of an action that has occurred or your own thoughts. When text boxes with white text pop up, it means you've lost the game. There are many opportunities for you to die or get fired. Don't get discouraged, every puzzle has a solution. Oh hey, there we are. Here he is. My secret plot worked, we got him here. Hello, mad guy. I sent you an email in like 1999 when I was 11, asking to finish War Torn 2 for you. And look at me now. Hi, Matt Dabrowski. You might remember me from such ZZT games as Todd's Adventure and War Torn. You've been in this business as long as I have, you'll start to notice overall craziness of most ZZTers, myself included. I'm sure you'll want to email me, so I'll ever so kindly give you my address. Plenty of ASCII goodness on his AOL website. Oh man, that would be terrifying if you still had that email. Oh yeah, so one mentioned that. Yeah. Okay. So, is it too late to register this shareware and get the official Burger Joint FAQ? Because we would totally be interested in that on the museum if it exists somewhere. Oh, we can't even check out the kitchen just yet. So I think we are kind of ready to go. Let's make some burgers or whatever it is we're going to be doing in this game. Wow, I'm glad I apparently dropped the fact that we just got DSL. Oh, look at my great review. That's fantastic. Hell, man, DSL, that was the great. That was the greatest. It was the year 2000. Suddenly you could load websites. Oh no, this email keeps going. I think I made like 2 boards for that War Torn 2. Man, I am secretly very glad that the chat window on the stream is just immediately scrolling away when you paste so much text. Oh, apparently this is what I was up to on Christmas vacation. Anyway, we're playing Burger Joint, sorry. Here at BJ's fast food restaurant. Everything seems to be in order here. All we need is another employee. Yeah, someone who would, you know, brighten this place up a bit. A real people person. And there's Johnny. Starting things off with a horrible injury. Bring some cheer to this horrible place and start by cleaning. And also explain what fast food is, because this is brand new, the world's first. the brainchild of renowned local drunkard Ronald A. McDougall. Here, customers are served greasy portions of heart-attack-inducing junk food. Unlike other restaurants, these monstrosities are served promptly and with little delay, unless the cashier is an incompetent dolt who will soon be fired. It's opening day, and we can't afford any slip-ups. After 1 hour of intense training, first job is to clean this place up before customers start coming in. Got a broom. And we kind of gotta hurry before somebody shows up. Humorous cruelty is definitely a good way to put it, as we will see. Okay, so we get our broom to sweep the floor and not Mr. McDougall's bald head, under pain of death. But, I mean, we do have to, kind of, you know. We gotta see. I said not to sweep Mr. McDougall's head under pain of death. I wasn't kidding. You should develop better listening skills. And then we die. Oh, so if you haven't been paying close attention, we now have recreated ZZT source code. And so this is still regular ZZT, just with a customized HUD by editing the code a bit. Everything plays vanilla, but we've got this very fancy interface with a lot more information for my personal benefit. I'm not going to show off all the deaths because there's a lot of ways to die. I'm going to try and do this legit. If I die in this game, it's unintentional, and I want to flip through this game a little later and see if there's any particularly fun death reels, but most of them are pretty much you screwed up and you are fired and or dead. So now we can explore the kitchen here. This fancy drink machine for Pepsi Colas and shakes. Some French fries, and we might get some Frenchmen. The official BJ's hamburger, made from 100% pure cow. And we can take a look at the menu. Burgers, super duper burgers, French fries, and various drinks. Yeah, that kind of thing where people get permission to do more ZZT stuff never seems to go anywhere. This reconstruction of ZZT, as the source code has been dubbed, is like the one big exception. We're gonna start sweeping our displays, our hula hoops, utensils and napkins, and this guy outside is our first customer, and we gotta clean very quickly. Fortunately, his shoes came untied, buying us some time. And we're a nice clean restaurant, aren't we? And it's our job to pay close attention to what's going on, because we're not always going to be told to do things. Sometimes we just gotta take action. Hit that drink machine with a broom. Another heroic feat of Johnny the Great. Totally play it off cool here. Good job, Rod. He'll take his seat and he'll just sit there and start eating his burger. It's Joe Dorano from the restaurant business. He wants to talk to the manager. Owner of Joe Steiner. You just immediately threaten him. Mr. McDuckle makes a strange hand motion at you. It looks as if he wants you to whack Joe over the head with your broom. And it's not letting me for some reason. I think that message pops up a little late. For sure. You had the chance to do something horrible to Joe, and you didn't. Next thing you know, BJ's is out of business, flattened by Joe Steiner. So let's do that a little earlier and take some more initiative this time. Welcome to the restaurant business. And whack him with that broom. Mr. Nice Guy is now unconscious and has a severe hemorrhage in his brain. Good work. Neato, but I feel so guilty. There we go. Johnny soundly bludgeons a competitor, and into the freezer they go. Johnny swoops in. Get this dude's order. Burger, fries, and a shake. One burger. One fry. One shake. And yes, somebody did just run in and immediately rush to the bathroom. It is very accurate. A few years ago I had the misfortune of having to take a job at Burger King for a little while, and I could do nothing but think of this game the entire time I was there. Look, even the employee, like, smiling and nodding at his boss's horrible story. We can even talk to the customers a bit, but it's generally pretty pointless. Uh-oh. And sure enough, I got run into the bathroom here and save the day. Everybody's got a story like that about that horrible fast food-ish job. Several minutes later, I came in to find some guy trying to drown himself in the toilet. He jumped into the toilet and was sucked down into oblivion. Oh, that must have been very stressful, mad guy. And these kids. And this excellent parent. But don't worry, we're gonna help them out. So actually, I'll actually leave this one up to our chat here. Do we need the cotton stuffed teddy bear or the jagged metal robot to make these kids behave? I think we're leaning robot. So let's go with that. Assuming I'm fast in time. All these kids do a lot of complaining. Okay, just in time. Give him a free robot. Apparently, that jagged metal robot was far too jagged for anyone to be playing with. The 3 annoying customers are sliced and diced beyond recognition, which, by the way, is a good thing. They are, but it's fun to fail and it's fun to succeed, because I mean, this is success here. Trial and error puzzles. Peace and quiet, and 3 bloody seats. Uh-oh. The dead fly on this dude's burger. Burgers are infested with vicious, bloodthirsty zombie flies. Need to get some help here with that. Okay. This poor veteran out here complaining of his zombie flies, but Rod knows what to do. I'm going to have to ask you to come with me. Problem solved. Flush that veteran right down the toilet. And get a neato. Here we go. This guy. Well, I couldn't help noticing a number of people have been, well, dying in this restaurant. Makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. How about a free burger? Alright. We gotta shut this guy up. A free burger is a start. It's gonna take a little more than that to keep this guy quiet. And so, of course, the clear solution is to put some trash in that burger. This burger looks delicious. Problem solved. Seems our friend in brown has caught the flesh-eating virus from my special burger. And yet, there's more body, more blood, more body counts. I keep thinking I gotta talk to Johnny from the side of the counter. Okay, he's got some pressing business to attend to, so we're gonna mix things up a bit and take on the register here. Look at Sally. She sits 3 seats behind me in English class. Now we get the flirtation simulator. Play it cool, Johnny. What's up? Got this swell job at BJ's. Let's explain the concept of fast food to somebody. Is it a hangout for groovy chicks, or just a place where you can get food fast? Fast food will one day be bigger than Elvis. We can just tell her to go away. I mean, every red fake, plus the vet, and the person who flushed themselves down the toilet, and Joe. So I think it's literally everybody except for Sally and the person in yellow so far who has entered this restaurant has died. Oop, the boss wants me. A lot more burgers than we've had customers. I'll need to store away some of them in the freezer. Your task is to place them in the darkest, coldest corner you can find. That refrigerator is huge and dangerous and shows carcasses in there. Here are the burgers. Alright, into the freezer we go. Get our little secret performance review. No mentions of the many, many deaths. Yeah, ZZT's definitely got some memory limits. I can definitely imagine this game would run into problems. You're the customer now. Look, while we were in the freezer, somebody apparently managed to get food and not die. You're much pain and frustration? We're out of the freezer. We're full of rabid bears. Almost catching frostbite. Joe's corpse. It's just kind of unpleasant. Look at this. We actually get to prevent somebody from dying in this restaurant. It's incredible. Let's rescue this poor boy from choking to death on his burger. And child abuse. This ain't good. So we gotta bribe this child. And the easiest way to do that is with a cotton stuffed teddy bear. Oh goody. Now I'll have something to set on fire besides my house. Way to go, Johnny. Look at that. He lived. He exited the restaurant. And there's our requisite Sang cameo. He wants his France fries. He's kind of a jerk. Five burgers, 3 fries, 4 shakes. So I hope you were paying attention to that order. Let's get our France fries. There we go, another satisfied customer. This is definitely in every customer's best interest to get their order to go here. What are your hopes? Your dreams? I'll be the president of the US of A. Down with Eisenhower. Blah. Oh, yes, and here's our grease part. Tell me more, no you I shall not taunt. Than you've ever seen. Tell me more, you better keep it clean. People will come from miles around. Tell me more, don't run this into the ground. It'll open when I spot a cheap lease. Tell me more. Wait a minute, this was stolen from Greece. Huh? Greece doesn't make music. So that was fun. I've still never actually seen Grease, but I have definitely listened to the soundtrack. And we gotta turn on the TV for this dude who's like 10 feet away from it. And watch some I Love Lucy. This huge jerk. Still ordering us around. Seems this guy has Jekyll Hyde syndrome. I bet if I could bring out the best in him, he'd recommend BJ's to everyone. Question remains, how do I accomplish this? And as usual, there is just one solution here. And that's with a hula hoop, which brings out the best in everyone. Let's just dump this on this guy. Try a hula hoop. That was great. This hula hoop housing restaurant will be popular for years. Uh-oh, it's Brad Berry from BJ's Wholesale Club. And he is not a fan of the trademark. Oh no, Rod! Holy God, you're bleeding, Rod. Into the freezer we go. After much more pain and frustration. Here's your ice. That's okay, I don't need it anymore. Wasn't really hurt all that badly. This place looks swell. One shake for the lovebirds. This place has never been so packed. This is ominous. These romantic milkshake sounds. Oh no! A horrible sneeze ruins everything. Goodbye, Becky. It's great. Nothing will cheer me up. Well, we already tried our hula hoops earlier, so we gotta find an alternative here. And yes, I do remember playing, well, obviously I played Aftershock if I sent you an email after playing it. But it definitely has an interesting rendition of this exact ZZT board, just in a proper adventure game appearance. Our solution here is the jukebox, which can cheer anyone up, from the most maniacal dictator to the ugliest girl on the block. Just insert one nickel, and away we go. ZZT choreography is very difficult, but we all did our dance, and now he's happy, even if he got dumped. Here's another annoying guy. He's upset that his fast food burger just isn't up to par. It's the 50s, and we better be wary of any potential communists in our burger joint. So we're getting a little deja vu here between Purple Man and Mr. McDougall. Mr. McDougall makes a strange hand motion at you. Looks as if he wants you to whack the foreigner over the head with your broom. Unfortunately, you lost this precious object while fending off killer bunnies in the freezer. Just have to make do with something else. And that something else is a burger dipped in hot fryer oil. Ah, there we go. He's from Northumberland. Place the hot grease-covered burger down the foreigner's shirt. And he does not make it out alive. Gray Man wants his super duper burger. It's a little too obviously critiquing this place. We do get some fun messages if we actually check out these things when we don't need to. It's a lot easier to make your objects die than, leave. It's much faster. The way this guy is mumbling to himself, I can tell that he might be an editor for some restaurant guide or something like that. Uh-oh, I hope he doesn't sit on that wet seat over there. Maybe I can dry it off before he gets to it. Anything to keep his meal from being ruined. So we need a lot of napkins. And quickly solve that problem. Yet another crisis solved by Johnny the Great. Gotta haul ass into the kitchen real quick. There we go. Okay, we're low on ketchup. Yeah, I guess some new one. Fresh supply. And look at that, we can actually leave the restaurant. You can do this at any time, but you're instantly fired normally, unsurprisingly. Now the real challenge begins. Got the ketchup. But it's the no-name brand. It's our good buddy Todd. Ask me about Mad Guy's other games. Please tell me. Tell me more, tell me more. For a good time, try Mad Guy's other two games, Todd's Adventure and War Torn. These two bargain bin bustin' works will each keep you entertained for minutes. Each features exquisite 640 by 480, ZZT doesn't run at that resolution, ASCII backgrounds, full slowing gameplay, and more gratuitous violence than you can shake a thimble at. You'll cherish these for all your life, and when you die, you'll ask to be buried with a disc containing them. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime. Come on down to members.aol.com/madguy70 for more details. What's a 640 by 480? Watch out, it's a horrible jock. Hey, that jock must have broken the door, because it's just swung to the north instead of the south. He'll pay for that. This is the iconic puzzle that everybody got stuck on. This poor jock who needs glasses and resulted in many an email to Mad Guy here. Because sure enough, it doesn't seem like there's much we can do. There's no broom, there's no grease, there's no burgers, there's nothing. Clear vision-deprived bully was just cruising for a bruising, and also cruising to hand out a bruising. Unfortunately, the latter of the two is forced into his tiny brain, and thus he becomes subject to serious pain and agony. So the timing on this one is kind of weirdly tight. If the bully gets back there, it's kind of like already too late. I mean, it does drop a big hint. But you definitely want to start, moving well in advance of actually feeling like you need to be moving. Bam. Mr. McDougall just taking the initiative, tossing him in the freezer for us. It's a bit of a rough one. Anyway, here's Sally again. Uh-oh. You received word that there are Russian terrorists in the area. They are probably armed and dangerous. If you see any, duck behind something. Wow, cool. Oh no, it's the Russians. What better place to find some hostages than a fast food restaurant? Oh no, the terrorists are coming. They've kind of spotted me already, but sure, let's hide behind the counter. Wait, I must have been hallucinating. He seems to have vanished. Alright, we're safe. There seems to be a young boy cowering behind this counter. What should I do with the weakling? Alright, where's the money? Follow me. Well, money is kept behind the counter. I could just give it to the terrace, or I could try to trick them. Let me out. Come on in. Always keep the money in the freezer. Did it! We saved the day! It's back to work. Hooray! It's a happy ending for Rod, too. Let's call his restaurant McDonald's. What a swell idea. As for me, I'm gonna quit the restaurant business and go into the dry cleaning business. That's where the big thrills are. Probably wondering why I've been sitting in the same place for the entire game. Well, wonder no more. Special surprise for you, the credits list. There we are. Thanks to the usual folks, Alexis Jansen, Zab, Kronos, and The Last Express. Thank you for downloading and playing PJ. Bye-bye, kids. And that's Burger Joint. And I think it still held up really well, actually. I was worried its sense of humor might not be so hot today, but sure enough, it's still quite a lot of fun to play through. And for obvious reasons, it's very, very unique for a ZZT game. We definitely haven't seen anything like this one before. There's a good reason that this game went on to win a bajillion little ZZT awards back in the day. And I mean, it tops the lists for a lot of people for a reason. What a good game. Good job, Mad Guy. Here we are, 22 years later, still having fun with it. So, thank you all for watching. Actually, let me toss in a real quick link here. Feel it's the polite thing to do. But I mean, Mad Guy is still making his games, and his Streets of Rogue game is quite a lot of fun to play, and definitely keeps a bit of this sort of ultra-violent slapstick going on. So yeah, check out Streets of Rogue, check out Burger Joint for yourself, and thank you all for watching. I know there's not going to be a stream next week because I wound up having to cover somebody who's on vacation at work. And I suspect there won't be one the week after either, because that is also the night that the store I'm working for is doing inventory. So, tough luck, everybody. We'll be back in a few weeks. But hopefully you enjoyed the Burger Joint, and we'll continue to watch these streams with me. Later.